So I remember the day quite well. It was really cold that day. It was December 5th, 2008, on the 6th floor of the library. So I had walked by, we had walked by each other. I noticed her, she didn't notice me. Yeah, I was just, I remember how beautiful she looked that day. And I said, gotta talk to this girl, but I didn't have time. I had to study for my midterms.
It was a pretty stressful time, actually. We were studying for exams, and I remember I had written an exam that morning, and I had 2 more coming up on the same day, either the day after or the following.
But anyways, I forced myself to go to the library that day, and then I saw Adriana there.
And Augusto was sitting nearby, and I saw him pick up his stuff to move over.
I went up to Adriana and I asked if I could sit beside her, and she was like, yeah, go ahead, kind of. Just wasn't really interested in me.
And I was like, oh great, this guy's gonna be disturbing me.
And so I said, so what are you studying? And she was like, oh, I'm studying food science or something like that. It's like, oh, that's cool, I'm studying chemistry. And she was like, oh, that's cool. But she wasn't really giving me the light of day kind of thing.
But then finally I looked over at him and I was like, oh, that guy's really cute. I was like, maybe I should start talking to him.
We started talking, and yeah, that's how it started.
So he asked me for my number by saying, oh, next time you're looking for me at the library, you can send me a message. And then he texted me and he asked me out on our first date that day.
We were talking about ice cream, so I said, we should go out for ice cream. And she texted me back saying, I don't think that's a good idea. And I think so I was like, oh no.
I hesitated because I was like, ooh, I don't know if I want a relationship right now. But I thought, okay, at that point I had realized that he lived down the street from me, or from my favorite ice cream place called La Paloma. So my friend at this point was like, no, it's meant to be. He lives near La Paloma, it's a sign. So I was like, okay. I know, yeah, I have to give a shout out to Lana. She's the one who was supporting me and being like, you should go on a date. You guys would be perfect together. So anyways, she was right.
And then she was like, because it's too cold, which made sense because it was December and it was freezing. So I don't know why she would go for ice cream. But anyways, then I said, maybe we should go for pizza or something. And then she's like, yeah, we can do pizza. And I was like, celebrating, yeah, she's gonna go out with me. So we went to Marcello's, which is a pizzeria.
But we actually went to a bar after that because we were having so much fun together. So we went to the Swan in Firkin.
We talked late into the night. It went into maybe 1 or 2 in the morning. We were just walking down Bloor West, and then that's when I asked if she wanted to be my girlfriend. She said yes.
But I knew that he was the one, and I knew that I loved him on our first date. And I don't know what it was. It was just our conversation together, our time together. I felt so comfortable around him.
I knew I was in love with Adriana on her birthday. Yeah, we went out for her birthday. First we went out for dinner at Marcello's again. It was our favorite place. And then we went to a club after to dance the night away. I don't remember the name of the club. I don't even know if it exists anymore. But anyways, I told her I loved her on the dance floor there. It just kind of came out. I didn't even plan it or anything. I just kind of said I love you right there, and yeah, her face lit up. She was all happy. She said she loved me too, and yeah, it was pretty early on in the relationship. We had only been going out for maybe, I don't know, yeah, not even a month.
Our first fight actually was when we had moved in together, and Augusto came clean and told me that he didn't like skating. He didn't like shopping.
I really dislike shopping. especially Christmas shopping.
And he didn't like walking.
Sometimes, I don't know, I like to be lazy and just not walk so much.
He walks really slow.
She likes to park very far and walk.
So yeah, I would just remind myself that it's okay that we're walking slower. It's not a big deal.
She loves hiking and running and biking. She loves living that healthy, active lifestyle, which I do as well, but not to that extent. Favorite memory would definitely be hiking up the Alps.
Yeah, my favorite time was just being in Zurich together. We were there in December, so they had like Christmas markets, and all the chocolate stores were decorated with like amazingly designed windows. We decided to walk up to a lookout point called Jutleberg. It's like not that far from where we're staying, like let's walk up. So it turns out it was a mountain. We thought we were walking up a hill. And after a while I was like, this is a pretty steep incline. I was like, we've been walking up for an hour.
1,100 meters, 70% incline. It took us 3 hours.
And I just looked at Augusto, I was like, I think this is a mountain.
But we made it, and when we got to the top, it was so worth it. Breathtaking view, and just amazing, amazing feeling. The air was so crisp up there.
And I think we spent more money on chocolate than on any other food that we ate.
It was delicious. Yeah, I put on like 5-10 pounds that trip. I mean, I knew I wanted to propose to Adriana for a long time, but we promised ourselves that we wouldn't get married as students. And we were students for a long time.
By the time Augusto had proposed, we had been going out for over 8 years. Yeah, so we had been going out for a really long time, and by this time, like, I was making bets with my roommate, with my friends. Everybody was trying to guess when he was gonna propose, because he was talking about engagement rings, and we had gone to Burke's like to look at rings, and I had showed him which one I liked.
I got her engagement ring at Burke's, which had the worst hours possible. They were open like from 10 to 4 weekdays, and I was working those hours. I couldn't leave, so what I would do was like at lunchtime I would bike down to Burke's, which was like Young and Bloor, and I was at Queen's Park, and you know, I would go there and I would make payments. So the proposal went nothing the way I had planned that it would go.
So yeah, he totally caught me off guard. We had gone on a trip together to Tobermory shortly before the time that he proposed. So, and I was pretty sure he was gonna do it then. And so was my roommate. So we were like, okay, this is gonna be the weekend, it's gonna happen, but he didn't propose.
I mean, I had to do a couple of things before I could propose to her. So first I met with her dad and I asked for her hand in marriage, and then my plan was to propose on Friday night. I was going to London, Ontario to visit her, and I said, you know what, that's it, I'm going to propose. I had gotten myself ready, like mentally prepared, and then I remember like that night she was like really, I don't know, maybe she was feeling sick, like some stomach ache or something, and I remember she was like lying on the couch. She was like, I feel so sick. And I was like, maybe it's not the best time to propose.
And he made me dinner, so this is when I really should have seen it coming, because he was wearing really nice clothes when we were just hanging out at my place, which should have been an obvious sign, but I didn't even clue in. We had wine and it was really, really nice, and my roommate came home with her sister to watch a movie.
So I was like, oh no, I can't propose.
So we were like, oh, okay, like we'll just hang out in my room. I was like, and I had a big presentation coming up at the Canadian Diabetes Association conference. He was like, okay, sure, and he was being really patient, and then it was late, like now it was like 10 p.m. I was like, oh man, I'm really tired. I was like, I'm gonna go to bed now. And he was like, what, you're gonna go to bed? I was like, yeah, it's like 10 o'clock, I'm tired. He was like, no, hold on, and I was like, okay.
She like was completely caught off guard. She was like checking her emails and stuff like that, and I was like, you know what, it's now or never. So I just kneeled down, behind her, and then I like tapped her on the shoulder. I showed her the ring, and I said, "Will you marry me?"
And in my head I was like, oh my gosh, like he's proposing. So I opened it up, and then in my head I was like, did he get the one that I pointed out?
It was a princess cut diamond ring.
He didn't. I was like, oh, he picked a different one. Our future together is living in the same city. Hopefully having a place together again. Definitely I see a family. Definitely kids. Augusto said he wants 4. I don't think that's gonna happen, to be honest.
2 kids. Yeah, boy and a girl. Well, initially I wanted 4, but that didn't fly with Adriana. 4 boys.
Unless I have twins twice, I don't think I'm gonna be having 4 children. So we're hoping to go to Thailand next. And Augusto wants to go to Latin America, like maybe Brazil. I just see it was a blessing in my life, and I'm so happy that we met that day. Even though I was hesitant to give you my number, I don't regret it. I'm so happy that I did. I'm so happy for everything, all the memories that we've had, and the happiness that you've brought into my life is, you'll never know, because you don't know how happy you've made me ever since we've met.
Adriana, I love you with all my heart, today and always, and this wedding means so much to me, and I'm glad we came all this way together, and I'm looking forward to our future together.